The sterile white walls of the Galactic Medical Exchange buzzed with activity as doctors, healers, and researchers from across the galaxy worked tirelessly to advance their shared knowledge. The station was a hub of medical breakthroughs, where the greatest minds from countless species converged to exchange techniques and technology for the greater good of all sentient life. The Trellin, a race of tall, elegant beings with translucent skin and elongated limbs, were known as the leading experts in regenerative medicine. The Velair, with their impressive multi-lobe brains, had perfected techniques for neurosurgery that could restore memories. And then there were the humans, new to the galactic community, but already making waves in their unorthodox approaches to medicine. For most of the galaxy, human physiology was an enigma. Their ability to adapt, heal, and survive injuries that would kill most other species made them both intriguing and unsettling. It wasn't until one day, when an incident occurred on the station, that the true power of human medicine was fully understood. The incident, it started with a sudden, violent explosion in the research wing. The cause was unknown, but alarms blared across the station as medical personnel rushed toward the disaster site. Fires raged, and many of the station's inhabitants were caught in the blast, their bodies battered by shrapnel and collapsing debris. Dr. Jala, a Trellin medical specialist, was among the first responders. She arrived to find chaos. Velair researchers lay unconscious, their frail bodies unable to withstand the force of the explosion. A Calthac, a massive reptilian species, was pinned under a collapsed ceiling panel, its powerful muscles spasming in pain. Even Jala herself struggled to maintain composure as she worked to triage the wounded. But there was one among the injured who shocked her. A human researcher named Dr. Max Walker, bloody and bruised, staggered to his feet amidst the wreckage. His arm was bent at an unnatural angle, and a deep gash ran down his leg. Yet he still moved. No, walked toward the most critically injured, his face grim but focused. "Walker, you're hurt. You need immediate treatment," Jalo exclaimed, rushing to his side. Max shook his head. "No time for that," he replied through gritted teeth, grabbing a nearby medkit. "Help me with these people first." Jala's 3 hearts skipped a beat. How could this human be standing, let alone working with such severe injuries? But before she could argue, Max was already kneeling beside the unconscious Velair, expertly applying a pressure bandage to their wounds. Human resilience. Word spread quickly through the station. The other doctors and healers were astounded by the humans' resilience. It wasn't just Max. Other human crew members had also sustained serious injuries. Yet they continued to assist in rescue efforts, refusing treatment for themselves until all the others were stabilized. Later in the medical bay, Jala worked furiously to stabilize the most critically injured. Max, finally brought in for treatment, sat on a table nearby as a robotic medic worked on his injuries. Jala couldn't help but watch in awe as the human's body responded to the treatment far faster than expected. "You should be unconscious," Jala said, her voice a mix of amazement and confusion. "Your body has suffered extensive trauma. How are you even functioning?" Max grinned, though it was more of a grimace given the pain. "You should see what we humans get up to on a daily basis. Ever heard of a thing called football?" Jala blinked, unfamiliar with the term. "Football? Long story. But human bodies are built to take a beating. We've evolved with this insane ability to heal and adapt. Sure, we have weaknesses, but when it comes to surviving, we're pretty stubborn." Jala frowned, glancing at her medical scanner. His vital signs were stabilizing at an almost unbelievable rate. "Stubbornness alone doesn't explain this," she said. "I've never seen anything like it." Max chuckled, though it ended in a wince as the medic adjusted his broken arm. "Well, human medicine has a secret weapon." "What is that?" Jala asked, genuinely curious. Max's smile grew, this time more genuine. "We don't give up. Ever." The revelation. As the days passed, the rest of the Galactic Medical Exchange grew increasingly fascinated with human medicine. Human doctors were not only resilient themselves, but also shockingly adaptable in their treatments of other species. They used techniques that bordered on reckless by galactic standards, like transplanting organs, reattaching limbs, and using powerful antibiotics that most species would consider toxic. But these techniques worked. It wasn't long before the other species began requesting human doctors for assistance with medical cases previously thought untreatable. Dr. Elena Ruiz, another human specialist, was called to assist with a forelock patient suffering from organ failure. Where the station's best minds had failed, she used a controversial procedure, human organ scaffolding, to save the forelock's life. Word spread quickly. Humanity's ability to heal and to survive became a topic of fascination across the galaxy. They were reckless, yes, but effective beyond belief. A galactic shift. The final revelation came when Jala, after weeks of observation, finally spoke to the human medical team. Your species is extraordinary, but your methods, they defy everything we've understood about medicine. How do you continue to survive these injuries, these treatments? Max leaned back in his chair, still recovering from the explosion, but back on his feet nonetheless. It's not about the technology or the medicine itself. Those help, sure, but it's the mindset. Humans don't stop fighting, even when the odds are impossible. Jala considered his words carefully. You mean determination? Yeah, something like that. We don't always have the best tools or the best tech, but we're good at finding a way. Pain, suffering, injury, they don't stop us. We've learned to live with it and push through. Jala's eyes widened as she realized the depth of his words. It wasn't just about the medicine. Humanity's greatest strength was their indomitable will to survive, to heal, and to thrive against all odds. In a galaxy that prized technological perfection, humans had shown that sometimes the greatest tool of all was sheer determination. In this HFY story, human medicine isn't just about technology or advancements. It's about the resilience, creativity, and indomitable spirit of humanity itself. When the galaxy's greatest minds were stumped, it was human adaptability and refusal to give up that made all the difference.